Hello, welcome to another episode of the Horror Vision Presents Slasher Party. My name is Shawn.
And I'm Missy.
And I'm Jessica.
And if you all haven't read Jessica's Tastes Like Candy, you should get on it because we got a new one coming in. What is it, March or May for
Fatal Yours is coming on May 5th. Tastes Like Candy 2, Viciously Sweet.
Ooh.
That's new information. We changed the name because it's a completely different book. It is not the same sequel. It's the same direction, but I decided to slice it, dice it, and remix it. So it's brand new. Missy can attest, not even remotely the same book.
Ooh.
So
No.
it
cool.
needed a new, thank you. It needed a new title. So Viciously Sweet, September 22nd.
Wow, nice.
Yes.
So you guys, you got all that to look forward to. I will also plug myself. I don't do this ever. I'm super bad at it, but you know, if you listen to the show, you know I put up those ads that my good friend Chris Saunders does for me. My new book, Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, is out. It is I'm calling it a teenage giallo. I don't know. Somebody else was like, it's a slasher. I'm like, it's neither, but it's both. I don't know. There's a heaping dose of Satan in it though. So like that, you know, all a growing boy or girl needs Satan. Okay, so we have been wanting to do this for some time. This is Jessica's pick. So we're going to do this franchise in 2 episodes.
Mm-hmm.
Jessica, what are we talking about today?
We are talking about Prom Night, specifically Prom Night 1 and Prom Night 2. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2.
The way you just said prom night, you kind of drew out prom, and for a minute I thought you were going to say piranha, and I was going to go, I watched the wrong fucking movie. What?
Can you imagine? And the series I picked would be that one. Yeah, I can see that.
I think all of us have seen. Well, okay, so today we're going to do Prom Night, like Jessica said, Prom Night 1980, and then Prom Night 2, 1987. And we'll talk about those. The next episode will be, this was new to me, that there's a 3 and 4. I was shocked.
3 and 4?
Yeah, I didn't know that either.
And a remake. And there's a remake.
And a remake. I think we've all seen Prom Night and Prom Night 2, Hello, Mary Lou, before this. So this is all rewatch for all of us, correct?
Yes.
Very much so.
So, Jessica, talk about these movies and your history with them, how you feel about them, you know, yada, yada, yada.
My feeling about Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 is it is the best of the Nightmare on Elm Street ripoffs. Because there's many Nightmare on Elm Street ripoffs hiding in many different ways. I seek them out. It's a hobby of mine, and I become obsessed with them. And I think Hello, Mary Lou has stuff in it that is better than in some Elm Street movies.
Oh, I agree with that 100%.
Yeah.
Genuinely scarier. Mary Lou herself, every time I rewatch it, I'm surprised how much, because I didn't grow up watching it. It was never one that for some reason, I was obsessed with that poster, as we all have been. And if I have my way, in spring of 2027, you're going to be getting a book of mine with an inspiration from that poster. Hello, Mary Lou, the VHS cover, because I was obsessed with that from birth, but I didn't watch it till well into adulthood. And the kind of, because spoiler alert, not really, everything I write has female killers, and I love writing supernatural slashers. The character, there's the killer in Tastes Like Candy 2. There's a lot of similarities with someone like Mary Lou, because I was trying to do a young female Freddy, and this is a young female Freddy.
Yep.
I didn't make her slutty. I made her a mean girl. That's the difference, because Mary Lou's deal is she's a hoe. That's Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night 2 is just a perfect film to me. I just love it. It's so stupid. It's just great. Prom Night itself, I've actually... I had not seen it until after I saw Scream. And when I saw Scream, because I was not allowed to watch horror movies until I was well into high school. So Scream came out as I was becoming an actual horror fan, but I'd been obsessed with horror for over a decade. So does that make sense? Because this is like,
absolutely.
why hadn't you seen Prom Night? Well, because
you've talked about it before, where you weren't allowed to watch them, but you would read, right?
Yeah,
so that's how you grew up reading horror stuff, and then switched to film.
Scream, I'm one of those people that was watching Scream and then making notes of every single movie that was referenced in Scream and going and hunting down those movies and watching them. And when I watched Prom Night's a good movie. I do not think that it deserves it's I understand why they picked it as a writer. I understand why Prom Night was chosen, but it doesn't deserve Randy screaming Prom Night. If everybody would watch Prom Night, like it doesn't explain like the hype that it gets in Scream. I didn't understand that. But it is a very well done classic slasher film. There's nothing wrong with it. It's just for me a little bland. So I'm just like, this is what Randy was talking up the whole time, because I can think of better ones, but they picked it because of the kid. One of the kids is the killer, so it makes sense because it's somebody.
Right.
If you compared it to Halloween, that doesn't make any sense because
right, yeah, good call.
Like that's why, but I don't know. I just Prom Night is not. I prefer of the more classic like early '80s type slashers. I like the Prowler and the My Bloody Valentine. I like the really intense, scary ones. From that era. I don't really like this one. Isn't intense or scary to me. This is just kind of like it's not. It's I don't think it's as intense as like Halloween. I think it's just kind of fluffy, or even Terror Train. I think it's fluffier. It's gauzy. I don't know. I don't dislike Prom Night at all. It's not one I reach for very often. It's not in my 80s slasher movies playlist.
Fair.
And I do have one of those.
I know you do. When you said that, like I didn't even bat an eye because I'm like, of course, which is awesome.
I also did not see the first Prom Night until after Scream. Most of the movies Randy was ranting about at the time the movie came out, I already knew. I grew up watching HBO, so I saw all the 80s horror movies that, my mom didn't know about because it was on cable. But I didn't see Prom Night until later, probably because the whole glitzy prom thing is just not my thing. But I think it's a real solid classic 80s slasher. It's also not one I reach for often. I mean, as far as the Prom Night movies go, Hello Mary Lou is the funnest one, and I've watched that lots of times, several with Bob. But that's not. But the first one was HBO, like when I was a kid, because her parents wouldn't let her watch horror, but my parents didn't care what I watched as long as there weren't breasts in it. I could watch stuff that was as violent as I wanted. They, just don't watch the nudity.
Do you know what I don't understand that? You're a girl. You're a girl.
Yeah, right.
I know. I mean, and that is what I told my mother. Like, what is the point? I'm not seeing anything,
My mother would let me watch nudity, but none of that. There you go.
Wow.
But none of the blood.
I didn't care. And I would just be like in the room reading a book while she's watching, whatever movie, like Dirty Dancing has nudity in it. I watched Dirty Dancing with my mom while I was reading it. I know I actually sat and watched Dirty Dancing.
Does Dirty Dancing have nudity in it?
I think they have sex. I don't remember if there's actual nudity. I know
I don't think there is.
I think she gets down to a bra, and she was like, my mom sarcastically, I need you to understand, I was in the story I'm telling, I'm 6 years old. I'm like, my mom literally sarcastically goes, cover your eyes when she gets down to her bra. And like, she was like, she was like, I'm naked all the time. It's boobs. Who cares? And she's like, you don't understand anything that this in these movies anyway. I don't care. But blood and guts, you understand, I guess. She's not wrong about that.
You nodded and went back to your book. You're like, yeah, okay.
Yeah, exactly.
Thanks,
no, Dirty Dancing I was obsessed with because of that soundtrack. It's a great soundtrack.
But I think the first one's solid. Hello, Mary Lou, Prom Night II. I mean, they don't really have anything. They're totally different movies. They don't have anything in common other really than, people getting killed at the prom.
And a producer.
But
and the name of the school and one actor.
Okay. But it was the first place that I saw Michael Ironside. And
that's awesome.
I love him. He's like the coolest villain in all the 80s and 90s like genre movies and stuff. And this was just super fun. Prom Night 2 has a bunch of super fun, cool kills in it. I mean, somebody gets squished by lockers. It's great.
Yeah.
I'm gonna do an homage to that locker kill. I'm gonna do that.
I love that locker
Every time
kill.
I see it, I'm like, this is the most amazing thing I've ever seen. I think you have to plus it. I can't just steal it. I don't want to. I want to do something inspired by it. But that locker kill is amazing. When she gets pulled into the blackboard, oh, that is such a good.
Yeah,
That's cool.
That's one of the ones that's like that's almost as good as something in Elm Street. And the one when she's in bed and the sheets get sucked in really tight, that's really scary too. And the horse.
Yeah, the horse.
Well, the horse is weird and creepy.
I don't even know. Like that's just. So the first Prom Night came out in 1980. It's directed by Paul Lynch. It's written by William Gray and Robert Guza Jr. And so one of the producers on this movie is Peter R. Simpson. And so that's also the producer on Prom Night 2. And actually, it's just so funny. I didn't see this until I saw it with Joe Bob, right? And I didn't see the first Prom Night until somewhere around the same time. I think I came home from work during the pandemic, and it was on Shudder TV, and I watched it. But in January 2021, Fangoria Volume 2, they had a cover story for Prom Night 2. And I remember getting this in the mail, and I was like, what now? And there's a big article in here, which I'll reference in a minute. But with Prom Night, I think it's so funny that Jamie Lee Curtis, with all respect, for so long, just distanced herself from horror, right?
Yeah.
And I think it's because we've got Halloween introduces her, and it's a class act, and I think it's not like one of these it was underappreciated until recent. It's always been the bee's knees, right? Mm-hmm. To use some current teenage terminology, bee's knees. But then she does Terror Train and Prom Night, which I think might have both come out in 1980.
Terror Train I think is 81. I'm not positive, but
Terror Train is 80.
Yeah, I just looked it up the other night.
Is it 80? Okay.
I mean, well, so also keep this in mind. The date on here may not be when it came out, right? So it could have been 81.
True.
But I think by the time this came out, I think she was like, I'm good with this now. I'm gonna go do some other things. Although not all those other things were good either. But anyway, whatever. I only bring this up because it's interesting to watch this movie as kind of a time capsule. You got Leslie Nielsen, Jamie Lee Curtis, right? I mean, I think really those are the only names that transcend the genre, right? It's a serviceable slasher. I mean, the concept of prom night, it's a good night to see, as opposed to what's a holiday we can use? It's no, prom night. Yeah, that makes sense. It's obviously coming in hot off Carrie a couple years earlier. I think I like Prom Night better than Carrie. I don't like Carrie. I just don't. I think it's not bad, but there's just so many things about it where I'm like, this is not the movie people think that it is, or at least it's not to me. I have issues.
Are you comparing it to itself? Or are you comparing it to the book? Or are you comparing it what you want the book's movie to be?
Well, no, so I've never read the book, so I'm only talking about the movie here. I also don't. I have a hard time with some De Palma, not all De Palma, but some.
I have
De Palma.
No problem about this. I'm just I was just curious about.
Yeah. No, I'm sure the book is probably great. I'll probably read the book eventually. I mean, what are you waiting for, Shawn?
No, you need to read the book before Flanagan's series comes out.
Yeah. See, I have a feeling I'll like Flanagan's series.
Probably.
He was taking a school shooter angle on it, and I thought that was very interesting.
That's interesting.
The book is told in the past tense from the White Commission, and I believe he is also integrating that into the books.
Oh, that's interesting.
The show, which is very interesting.
Well, he's the king of adapting King, no pun intended. So, so I think I like this better. But the one thing about this movie that I fucking hate, and it popped into my head randomly today, and I watched Prom Night Saturday, I think. every day since then. Prom night, boom, 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 boom. That fucking stupid disco song that goes on, and it's just prom night, boom, 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 like over and over and over again. And I'm like, at some point, I'm like, this is actually maybe Mary Lou's in this first movie too, and her dark magic has made this terrible song that won't go the fuck away because it's just playing for like the entire last third of the movie. Oh my god!
I've never like I know the song you're talking about, but I think my brain just backgrounds it.
Oh,
like I've never really noticed
it. Person on the planet.
It sticks. It is just so, and all the songs. There's other songs throughout, but they all have these like. It's like some kind of synthesizer, like these bubbly noise, like fantasy noises, where you'd expect to see a rocking horse with a fleshy tongue like show up. You know, I don't know. So maybe that all works, but I like the beginning of the movie. Like, how do you guys, Jessica? How do you feel about the beginning of Prom Night 1980? Like the whole setup of the kids.
I think the whole thing is fine. There's nothing wrong with it. There's nothing that sparks excitement in me. There's nothing interesting. There's no cool killer. I don't think the killer's cool. I think it's the motive's kind of sad.
Yeah,
it's just kind of like. I mean, it's just your typical. It feels like it feels like a '70s slasher, and
it does.
A couple of very notable cases like. The famous ones. I'm not really into 70s slashers. I like the 80s when they start getting weird. Because I like weird shit. There's not a lot of weird stuff here. These two movies are on the opposite ends of the slasher.
Yeah. Absolutely. Which makes it kind of nice because it's within the franchise you get the gradient of the whole thing. Missy, what do you think about the beginning?
I think it's fine. It kind of feels like a weird motive. Like
it does.
I mean, I guess it's instead of an opening kill, it's the opening inciting accident. And I mean, we've seen that in other
like The Burning before. Has that, right? Like that's a common slasher trope as well, or was at least.
I don't think I really thought about it a lot until Clown in a Cornfield. And how that because you and I, when the movie came out, we read the books, and the opening inciting incident is an accident that takes like 100 pages before you get any kills.
Yes.
And that's when I never noticed it really until then. And this had that kind of weird opening accident where it's fine, but it doesn't, I don't know, it doesn't feel like a valid enough reason to become a slasher. I don't know. It sits weird. Not because it offends me, just because it just feels not big enough. Does that make sense?
I think because of who they chose to make the slasher, because I agree. And so I really like the opening. I think it's the best part of the movie. And the reason I really like it is those fucking little motherfuckers, the killer's coming, the killer, like that is some fucking freaky ass shit. And like, I really feel for that little girl that falls out the window because, I mean, dude, it's really, really one of the best examples of like, it's not exactly, it's bullying, but it's like not, it's contained because they're playing a game, right? So they all just like turn against her for this game. But it is like really, it's just a good example of like children just being little fucks, man. Like, oh God, it's so, the killer's coming. Oh my God.
Well, and it's definitely bullying though, because she wasn't part of their group. She wanted to play with them, but she came in from outside. She was walking with her brother and the other little girl.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I forgot about that actually.
She wanted to go play with these other kids, and then they bullied, they kind of turned on her when they found her and drove her out a window.
Oh man, that makes it even worse. Yeah, so I like that. And I like that, like I always like that about the burning too. Like I love the way the burning you get the accident that sets up Cropsy. They don't call him Cropsy, but
Mm,
that's what it is, right? And
right.
then you get your opening kill where he like goes and picks up the hooker on 42nd Street, right? So you like that when you get the best of both worlds, and they're concise and it happens pretty quick, but nothing feels rushed. You know, it's like just really well done. Um, but yeah, I mean, the killer is just it's, and this is a full spoiler discussion. So the killer is Jamie Lee Curtis's brother because it does make sense, right? Because it's their sister that dies, but also like I think just because it's like, oh, you never see this coming, right? Although they do a fucking okay, so we get all these red herrings, right? So first of all, I love when they introduce the janitor Sykes. Because it looks okay, you know in Creepshow, the movie where Stephen King plays the Rube farmer.
Oh
Mhm.
no.
Like I feel like this guy is like 50% that ridiculous, where he's got like fake eyebrows and shit. He's got this like weird look at the camera where like, oh, that's Sykes. And then later when he's like getting drunk, like they're pulling this shit about the child killer or whatever from the hospital that they're doing the manhunt for. I'm like, you can feel them borrowing from Halloween, in my opinion. But I'm like,
Yes.
what? This, like, where did this guy is not, like, just like invent this to have a red herring. It's so fucking, I had forgotten about that. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's not great. It's not great. But it's fun, except for that fucking song.
It's solid, and I mean, early Leslie Nielsen not trying to be funny. Like
Yeah.
it's it's not bad. It's rather predictable. The kills are real basic, but it's a piece of horror history. So I mean,
Yeah.
I don't mind watching it. But if I get in the mood to watch a prom night movie, I'm always going to pick part two.
Yes. Yes,
Yes.
I would agree.
That one's just it's more fun. And that locker kill, every time it happens, you know, this girl gets squished between two lockers and you see this red pink foamy goo come out. I feel like it should explode. Like there should be
Yes.
blood, like red blood splatter everywhere.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't
It's
love
still
that kill
cool,
just simply because I'm
but
like, what is that foam? Like, it's not
right.
nearly, it's like it should be way more visceral and it's just like
Hmm.
clink, you know, but it's a
Right.
cool concept for sure.
In my head, it should be red and splattering everywhere, and I think my
Yeah.
imagination just fills in the rest. It's a fun idea though. I like that one. That movie's just weird.
And even if it's not like like an Evil Dead explosion of blood, which it could be and would be fucking gnarly,
Which it
right?
could be and it should be.
It definitely should be.
It should be, but even if it's not that, it could be like picture. I love the scene in Maxine where they crush Kevin Bacon in the fucking car, and like
Mm,
the way the blood just releases out of the bottom of the car, like bloop. Oh, but okay, so we've basically shifted to Prom Night 2. I mean, is there anything else to say about Prom Night, the first one?
No.
We're all just waiting to talk about Prom Night 2.
It's worth it. It's if you are building your slasher education,
Yes.
it is on the
Yes,
list. It should be on the list.
it's important.
It is important because of when it was made and how it happens. And it's referenced in Scream, which means it was seminal to the creation of Scream, which is the cornerstone of the genre. So
It's so funny because I don't even remember that they referenced this movie in Scream.
It's when Randy gives the rules at the party.
No,
Yeah,
he prom night in the video store. Whenever
Oh, you're right. You're right.
It is imprinted in my brain. There's a formula to it.
A very simple formula.
Are there any kills in the first Prom Night that stick out to you guys? I'm like
Nope.
thinking back about it now, and I'm like, I can't even think of what the kills are.
I am not gonna lie. I did not rewatch the movie for this podcast.
That's
I
fine.
watched the kill count on Dead Meat on YouTube, and I'm watching it in the background right now. And I've had it on in the background this whole time. And the most memorable thing about this movie is the dance scene.
So the actual dancing, not the
Literally
killing.
the dancing. Because it's like it goes on way too long and it's way too serious.
Just when Jamie Lee Curtis and the other guy are dancing, and it's and the song's already been going, I think, and it goes perpetually after. But like, there is a moment where I'm like, this should have been called like fucking Disco the movie. Like it literally, you could almost remove the kills and make this a movie about disco. Like it's possible. You change it so that it's like the beginning where the girl dies, leave that in there, but then it's like that's what like convinces, her sister to grow up and devote her life to what she truly loves, dancing.
Disco dancing.
Because it's a lot of dancing, and it's not cool dancing. It's not like Gaspar Noé's climax,
No, it's more like Saturday Night Fever.
I believe that they played that up for I think that because of Jamie Lee, they added more because I don't know when she was in a dance movie, but she has a background in dance. So I think they incorporated more of it, if not all of it, but I think more of that. I think that dance scene is in there because of I'm looking up her IMDb right now.
She's in that, isn't like one of the movies she did in the early 80s. Isn't there a dance movie with Stallone?
Yeah, is it with Stallone?
I thought it was Travolta.
I could be wrong.
It might be John Travolta.
She was also in The Fog in 1980.
The Fog was 82. Oh my God, she had 3 fucking movies in 1980.
Damn.
She was in movie after movie after movie after movie. Yeah, I don't know I can't see the name of the dance one she was in, but she was in a dance movie.
Yeah, because I can picture like a scene from it where she's in like those 80s leotards with the fucking leg warmers or that's a fucking horror movie right there.
None of the kills really stand out for me either.
Yeah, I can't even picture any of them. There's an axe at one point, but I don't even think he successfully uses it.
The bully, the asshole guy gets decapitated and his head rolls onto the platform when she's coming out. That's the only like memorable death.
Thank you. Actually, that kill is memorable. You know why that kill is memorable? I had forgotten Glenn Danzig is in this movie.
That's not actually Danzig, is
no,
it?
But goddamn, does that look like Danzig?
No, you were just.
There's so many times when I'm like, dude, this guy looks just like
No, he resembles, but
there's some shots where it's from like a medium distance. And I'm just like, dude, like if I just walked in and saw that out of context, I would be like, was Danzig in a movie? Oh my God. That kill is so stupid.
And the head
rolls out on the runway.
And the head looks kind of goofy, but I mean, it's still a very solid classic 80s slasher, but
yeah.
But Hello, Mary Lou is just way more fun.
Okay, so let's go there. So, Jessica, first of all, I got to say, this is the first time I've watched it, I think, since I've known you, and so since I've read your books.
Yes.
And I could just see the DNA. I could just see it, like, because it does have that Elm Street, that like, that like kind of flowers in the attic feel a little bit, where like the, I don't know. The houses and the neighborhood and the people and
I'm very surprised I did not see this movie sooner than I did. It's one of those that I'm just like, there were so many years we could have spent together that we didn't. I could have had you in high school. Where were you? But it's very, very, I mean, the thing that I'm working on right now is a dance slasher, and it's heavily inspired by this. It's not supernatural, but when I think about the dance, like the way the kids interact and that kind of thing, I think of way the kids interact in this stupid movie when they're in the 80s. They have a computer to help them voting.
It's that point where like they always had to work in one of those computers so they could have that death with
So they
like
could
the
use the lasers.
yeah, exactly.
Electrocuted by laser 80s
Evil Speak
lasers.
is like that too, and that might even be the
Uh-huh.
same year.
It's so stupid. It's stupid. It's amazing. It's amazing.
Oh my God.
There's a weird abortion, like I need to turn Harold Mary Lou on now. There's like a weird abortion storyline that doesn't have to be there at all. They handle it okay-ish until they kill the girl.
And then that's such a weird like when that happened, I had forgotten
Yeah.
so much of it. I was like, what are they? I feel like they're almost saying something with that. Like she knows sooner it gets. Yeah, I don't know. It's
It was
kind of
very
weird.
like it was like, oh, maybe we could have let her live. I don't know. But
Well, and then they hinted that she's gonna get like decapitated with the paper cutter, like those things from school with the arms,
mhm.
and then she gets hung
Yeah,
instead.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
I'm wondering if, because in what we were just saying about how the locker should be splattery and everything, the MPAA was always so hard on blood, and they have a full stalking scene with a fully nude, full frontal girl.
yeah.
That's probably why we get no blood, because they would not have gotten an R.
That's a really good point. I think you're spot on.
That's an excellent point.
They promised someone was going to get killed with a paper cutter, and then she got hung, and it was still cool, but it was slightly disappointing. I like splatter.
What? Yes, that's why we're all here.
It it's so Nightmare on Elm Street. So the way that in this Fangoria article they talked to Ron Oliver who wrote the movie, and it was like he wrote it as like a teenager. He was young and like it's Canadian, and he's like he literally is like I looked up the 5 production companies in Toronto, sent it to them with a cover letter, and like one of them called me back and was like we actually was it this script or it might have been a previous script. They're like we like the way you write but we don't like the script, can we meet? And then he ends up writing this. Then they call him like we're going to shoot this movie, and then he ends up they bring in producer the same one the what's his nuts Peter R. Simpson, and then it suggested like, hey, you own why don't we just make this a sequel to help with the marketing? And boom. But it's so obvious to me that it is a Nightmare on Elm Street ripoff,
Mhm.
and like it's influenced by, but even the last fucking scene in the car is exactly a Nightmare on Elm Street scene, right? It's pulled from one or multiple of the movies, but the bus driver, the car, am I inventing Nightmare on Elm Street? I know the
Oh,
car is
you're
in
not.
one of them, right?
Ours is the very first one. The car they leave
Hmm.
in a car at the end of the first one. The second
Wait,
one is
the rag top comes up and it's
yep,
the color
Yeah.
of his sweater? Yeah, okay.
Uh-huh.
that's the OG.
Yeah, that's right. I always think of her getting pulled through the door.
Through the window.
Yeah.
The
The
ending is
tiny
Nightmare
window
on
in the door.
Elm Street has 4 endings or something like that.
Yeah.
Ultimately,
But you can feel Nightmare on Elm Street 2 in this big time as well.
yes,
The shower
yes,
scene,
yes.
there was something else. There was another big one.
If I'm in the mood for a Nightmare on Elm Street, if I want a Nightmare on Elm Street movie and I want a sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street, this is a better sequel to Nightmare on Elm Street than Part 2. I think. I just think it's weirder. I think it's better done. I think this is the one. If I had to like replace, that's the one I would compare is better. I don't think this is bad. This is definitely not better than Dream Warriors. Um, it's just it gets a little bit goofy, but I think Part 2, the vibes in this
Yeah.
are in the vibes in the real Elm Street too.
Yeah, I could totally see that. That makes perfect sense.
But they work better here.
Oh God, yes.
They work better here because I I hate Nightmare on Elm Street 2. I love the series. I've watched Nightmare on Elm Street 2 100 zillion times because my cousin, who I grew up watching, we discovered horror together. Um, he loves part 2, and we get every couple years we'd get into this conversation and he'd argue all the merits of 2 and I'd give it another chance and I've never felt differently. I still hate it and I find it unwatchable. And I have literally probably watched this movie at least 40 times.
Wow. Wow.
And I have now decided that I'm not
never watch it again.
I am not watching it again. Right. If it hasn't changed it in all these years and all these rewatches, I'm done.
I think that's fair.
This movie does a lot of the same things, and this movie's a blast. Hello, Mary Lou.
Yeah.
I could watch this anytime and have a good time with it.
I think
it does have some weird. It has weirdness, but
that's good.
Right. Well, Elm Street 2 has weirdness and it just doesn't work for me. I hate everything about that movie except the opening.
Elm Street 2 doesn't go far enough with the weirdness.
But this movie gets super weird.
This movie is...
and actually, I hadn't even thought of the fact that this is literally the same exact fucking setup because Freddy possesses the kid in the second one, right? So it's the kid doing the killing for most of it. And in this one, it's like, that hadn't even dawned on me, even as I was comparing it. I was like, oh, it's an even more one-for-one comparison than I thought.
But Mary Lou is doing it supernaturally. Freddy is out there with his claw. Like, there's supernatural stuff in Elm Street 2. I'm not saying that. But Freddy isn't directing lockers to smash with his hands.
Right.
That kind of thing. That's when it starts getting real fucking weird. Whenever
the weirdness, a lot of the weirdness in Elm Street 2 is it's that undercurrent. It's there's a documentary about it now. It's this undercurrent of like this homoerotic thing that's like it's there, but it was denied. Like the director denied it, whatever. And so because it was obviously intentional, but then he's turning around and denying it. It makes it weird. It's like, bro, it's cool. It's fine. Like, what's the problem?
I genuinely think the director of A Nightmare on Elm Street 2 did not know what was going on.
I don't know. I don't think that's fucking possible. That shower scene, there's no way that's...
David, I do. Listening to him talk, he seems like a super straight dude that does not know what the fuck is going on. And I could see, because it's not campy, because I consume a lot of gay media. And it's not campy in a traditional way. It's campy in a like after the fact kind of way. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Like Hello Mary Lou is campy straight the fuck up.
Yes, it is.
There's stuff on here that is on purpose. The campiness in Elm Street 2 is coming in the writing and it's coming in the acting from Jesse. It's coming from him. Because he's in on it too. I think that everybody is in on it on that set, except the director and maybe like some of the manly men on the crew. Because this is also 1985, whenever camp isn't mainstream yet. So maybe they're not seeing it necessarily or putting it together. The dude that wrote the movie knew what he was doing. 1,000.
Okay, that's fair. That's fair.
It doesn't click on the campiness level because not everybody's on board with the camp. It's the same kind of reason why you can't make an intentionally bad slasher and have it be good. If you're you're trying to make an intentionally bad movie, it's never going to be good. It's not. Because the people, the stuff that we love about things like Hello Mary Lou Part 2, it's not like you have to understand why people like this if you're going to try to create this. And I think there's sometimes people don't really get it. And then you end up with the Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 kind of a little bit. Situation. I don't know. The director, that movie is very dry for being as weird as it is. It is. Think about it.
Yeah.
Like rainbow colors. This one's, it reminds me of the desert. It reminds me of Tremors. I don't know why.
Mary Lou does?
No, Elm Street 2.
Elm Street 2.
Okay, got it.
Mary Lou is like breath of fresh air, campy wildness. Mary Lou is weird. It's great.
But it's fun weird.
Yeah.
It is.
I mean, that rocking horse is fucking
is
weird.
So weird.
No, I think I'm making the case that this should have been Nightmare on Elm Street 2, and it just shouldn't have been Freddy. There should have been one Nightmare on Elm Street where it was a random 1950s prom queen, and then we go back to it being Freddy, kind of like
Halloween 3.
Right.
That's my proposition.
I think that's fair. I don't know if I understand the mechanics of why the steamer trunk.
It feels 50s-ish.
But like, is there a reason why she's like trapped in that? Like that's where she's been since,
Because the tiara was in there, I thought.
So she's linked to that tiara.
Yes,
I think so.
Tiara. And she wants her crown and her sash. She's pissed about not getting her crown and her sash and getting her glory. That's what I'm saying. There's a lot of the side characters that I write is in this because it's a stupid reason. It's not smart. It's not like, oh yes, we've all been there.
All right. Well, she didn't get to be prom queen because she was cheating on her boyfriend with some skeezy guy. Because if she hadn't been cheating on Billy, she wouldn't have died in the first place.
That's exactly.
He wouldn't have made the stink bomb, and there wouldn't have been an accident, and she wouldn't have got burned up before she got to be prom queen.
I'm not defending her. I'm just. I don't.
But no, I think I always thought she was just hooked to the crown.
Okay.
And it just feels like you would throw an old crown in a box somewhere, and what kind of box?
It was in the costume department.
Yeah.
Jessica, what's your favorite weird scene in this?
Oh God. The one that I'm always stunned is in the movie is the damn horse with the tongue. There's a rocking horse. For anyone who's never seen this, go watch this. Don't just pause this, go watch it and come back. There is a scene with a rocking horse that has a tongue, and that tongue, like it's inappropriate, and there's some incestiness with dad.
It's a weird scene.
Yeah, when our main character is possessed. My favorite, I mean, the scariest things, like I genuinely think that if you're not me and you haven't seen every single horror movie ever and you're desensitized to everything, the scene when she's pulled into the blackboard is a little bit unsettling, and the scene when she's in bed and it gets like sucked in is a little bit unsettling. I don't even necessarily think it's the kills. I think it's just some of the stuff that's happening to her when she's being possessed is scary as hell.
Missy, what's your favorite weird?
Probably the locker room scene. Because of the way it's shot, and because I was watching when I rewatched Mary Lou last night with Joe Bob. He was normally I don't care about nudity in movies, it doesn't really faze me, but he was talking about how originally she was not supposed to be fully naked in that stalking scene. But they decided last minute it worked better for character, and it does.
Yeah.
It actually makes her feel fucking evil and scary.
Yeah.
And the whole scene just, I like the way it's shot, the way it's lit, and I think the locker kill is a good idea, though I still think it should splatter. As far as like creepiest weird scene, when she's laying on the horse playing with the tongue. That's super unnerving, and it's like a long rubber tongue. Like it's goofy looking, but it's just weird.
It's so
but
weird.
Good weird.
I'm mad that there's not a full series of these. This is one of those where I'm like, that needs to be corrected. Somebody should have made 10 of these. This deserves.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay, the original Halloween is a masterpiece. The series does not need to exist.
No, it doesn't. Agree.
I think this is very much like Elm Street and Friday, where you can make 1 billion of these and people would watch them. Comfort food.
Yeah, I think you're right. I mean, I think it came at the wrong time, right? 87. Right. This comes in, and then I think it's like I don't know, a year or two later, part 3, which was news to
Part
me,
3 is
existed.
Mary Lou again. It is another Elm Street.
Right, it's a different actress, but yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But so I think they had missed it, right? Because then you're pushing the
definitely.
90s, and by the 90s, the slasher thing's gone.
Yep.
So that's why. I mean, yeah.
That's exactly.
I think my favorite weird scene, other than the horse, is just
the
baffling,
horse is just
right?
the horse.
But if you set that aside, I love the scene where she comes out of the host's body. Like, it reminds me so much of that scene in Demons 2, in the apartment where the fucking thing comes out of the body.
Yeah.
I should have wrote them all down, but when I was watching this the other night, I was like, I could see all these homages, like, and that, the Nightmare on Elm Streets are easy, but like that, I'm like, Demons 2.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
But also, there's a transformation in Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2. I remember I watched this with the idea of Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 over and over and over again. I kind of wonder if the screenwriter watched Nightmare on Elm Street Part 2 and went, I could do this so much better, and then just ripped it off and then rewrote it. I kind of wonder, honestly.
Yeah, maybe. It seems like a good theory.
I have written a novel doing that off of a movie where I went, I could do better than that, and I've done it. So I can't imagine there's not other people out there that have done the exact same thing.
Oh, of course.
Oh, yeah, sure.
Yeah. I mean, and I think you're right. I mean, this is obviously it's just so similar. It's so fucking similar. It's funny because I too have done the Nightmare on Elm Street 2 thing where it was like, for every couple of years I was like, is it really that bad? And I'd watch it and be like, God damn. But now I'm feeling like maybe I'll watch it again. I don't know.
Go for it. I'm not watching it again.
No, I wouldn't suggest it. Well, actually, you're gonna have to, because we're gonna cover them at some point, right?
That's right.
Well, that's what I was just about to say. I will watch it again for this, but I will never again watch it for the purpose of
reassessment.
Right.
To be fair,
personal reassessment.
Right. You haven't committed to memory. You probably have seen it more times than I have.
I don't like that movie. And it has nothing to do with, like, I don't care about the gay weirdness or anything like that. Like, I'm glad it found a place to be loved, but
yeah,
it's not that. It's not right. It's not Freddy. And it's not fun. Like, I mean, I guess it's got humor, but it's like mean-spirited humor. It's not, it doesn't feel fun.
Yeah.
But this is super fun, and there's all kinds of like fun horror homages in Hello, Mary Lou. Like, everybody having the last names of horror directors.
And now that's a tiresome thing, right?
Yeah, but it was 1987.
Exactly. So written by Ron Oliver, directed by Bruce Pittman, Lisa Schrage. I don't know if that's how you say her name, but it's like Rage, but with a SCH in front of it. Mary Lou Maloney. I think she's great. I think she's like really, and then Michael Ironside as Bill Nordum. I really think that they're like fantastic. Wendy Lyon, who looks like the girl from Friday the 13th Part 2, but it's not.
No,
she also
doesn't.
looks like she also looks. She doesn't
look like anybody in Friday. She just kind of looks like the girl from Family Ties to me.
See, I thought she looked like the non-Nicole Eggert girl from Charles in Charge.
I've never seen Charles in Charge.
You're very lucky. Charles!
My brain's only pulling up Nicole Eggert.
Huh?
Yeah, my brain is only pulling up Nicole Eggert.
I don't want to be mean, but there's a reason for that. The other girl is she's just very plain Jane, right? But this girl, the lead in the final girl in the second Friday, I feel like she looks like, because I had the same thing with the second Friday.
The Ginny character, I don't think she looks like her at all. I can't think of her name, but
like a blonde Betty
but
Boop.
It's fair. They're both blonde.
Big eyes. It's the big eyes that make her look different, like a different person. I don't think
maybe
Jenny from Friday 2 doesn't have those eyes. Like she's got those eyes.
Yeah, I don't think they look alike at all.
I don't see it. I'm looking up the.
Maybe it's the hair or something. I don't know. But anyway, whatever. The kid that they have, I'm looking for the name, that plays the young Bill Nordham, Steve Atkinson. When I started this movie, I was like, wait a minute, did they? Because he looks just like fucking Michael Ironside. It's so fucking weird. I was like, how did they do this? And I realized it was a different actor, but I was like, God damn, he looks so
like
much
he could
like
be
him.
His kid or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, Michael Ironside is always amazing. I've loved him since I first discovered him.
This is a fun movie. I think the first time I watched it, I gave it 4 stars because I think it was such not what I expected. And honestly, the horse. I mean, just the horse is a star in and of itself the first time you see it. I didn't rank it quite so high this time, but also I'm you know, it's where your head's at when you watch something. I'm not in the most patient of places right now, so.
It's another Canadian one, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody's Canadian.
Love
in that movie.
Canadian horrors is another one. They do a lot of these like Ginger Snaps, a lot of these weirdly feminist horror movies.
Yeah.
I think would be, well, Ginger Snaps is straight up, that's like the premise, but like this is another one's like weirdly feminist. Canada's responsible for a lot of that.
Well, yeah. I mean, like the Fangoria points out, I mean, this is 1987. This was made. Has there really been a female slasher icon other than this? I mean, this one didn't really go far, so most people wouldn't even call it that. But
you would have Mary Lou, you would have Angela from
Sleepaway Camp,
and what's it? Night of the Demons.
Oh yeah.
There's 3 of those things, and she's it's the same actress in all 3 of them, and it's an Evil Dead ripoff.
Okay, that's fair.
Oh, she's killing
Hellraiser.
Yeah, but
Hellraiser.
That's not really. There's no female Freddy.
This is Mary Lou is the closest, and so for that alone, I feel like she deserves accolades.
And that's always what's made me sad, is that by the time we get around to getting experimental with these things, the genre's dead, and then they stopped, and now, you know, we're starting to get weird shit now again, which is fun.
It's coming back.
Weird shit's finally coming back. I've missed weird shit. All of the slow burn, the real enemy, the real villain is trauma. It seems to be we've realized it can be trauma and a person with a knife.
Yeah, well, I mean, there's room for all of it, right? But it's definitely
for a while we were getting one thing and one thing only. In the past,
yes, I agree.
Yes.
I agree.
Everything is booming. I think we're living in the 80s again. Personally, everything is booming, and I think that horror literature is right now in the 80s. Period. Because I watched an interview with Stephen Graham Jones, and he pointed out that 20 years ago, everybody was trying to be Stephen King. In the 80s, that's all they were publishing. Jessica Lacey would not be publishing books at a certain time period. Now you have slasher novels. Slasher novels being marketed as slasher novels.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah,
that's very true.
Brand new. I have an internet buddy that is writing a creature feature. That's what he called it. It's like horror films are starting to trickle into horror literature. And I think there's a lot of people like me that were like, why isn't there a female Freddy? Let's do this. But they're writing books instead. I think that we're finally getting a lot of that kind of going on, and it's really exciting. I do. I think we're living, if you are a horror fan, this is the best time to be alive since the 1980s.
I would agree with that.
Yeah. And we're consistently getting horror in the theaters week after week for the past couple years. Like, there certainly have been a month or two where it goes dry. I mean, we just came off the holidays, but Right. We've already started January with a bang.
I can tell you, for 20 years, we went to a horror movie on Valentine's Day, and there were 3 or 4 years there where there were no choices. And then now we've got Halloween, Valentine slashers again. So I remember, like, there were several years there where it was dry.
Yeah.
And I'm not talking about COVID necessarily. I'm talking about before that.
Right.
Oh,
yeah. Remember when they marketed High Tension was marketed? They released that on Valentine's Day, I believe. And
I remember that.
The first trailer was like it like referenced like being with the one you love or something like that. Final thoughts on either of the Prom Night 1 or 2?
If you're listening to us and you've never seen Hello, Mary Lou Prom Night 2, what are you waiting for?
Yeah.
And if you're a Joe Bob fan, it's not up with Joe Bob anymore, but it's up with it. You can do the Just Joe Bobs. And they give you the timestamps. The easiest way to do it is watch it on 2 screens.
And if you don't know who Joe Bob is, go to Shudder
and watch the last drive-in.
Exactly. Educate yourself. If you're a horror fan and you're listening to us, go listen to a fucking legend.
Yeah.
Dissect this movie, because he was there and remembers it all. Not literally on set, but like he was in the 80s. He was a guy that knew all these people that made these movies. He knows all these, like, he talks about these people because he knows them.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, he'll give you all kinds of fun information. It's like watching horror movies with your favorite weird uncle.
Yep. Yep. I was pretty bummed when I saw that, because that's been on Shudder like ever since they aired it in like 2019 or 2020 or whenever it was, and it just left. I was like, fuck you. And they added the fucking Prowler back and didn't add the goddamn Joe Bob episode.
Seriously.
Yeah, I hate when that happens.
But I love Shudder.
But it's okay. We still love Shudder.
We still love it. Jessica, final thoughts?
I would have to say that I would suggest that anybody listening to this, if you've made it this fucking far and haven't seen this movie, you need to do that. And I would strongly suggest that you seek out part 3. It is available for free. Somebody uploaded it to YouTube. If you've seen this movie and you like this movie and you didn't know part 3 exists, go watch it on YouTube. It's stupid fun as well. It's not as well made as this one. It's a very 90s, early 90s pre-Scream slasher movie. It feels a little bit like Beverly Hills 90210, because I feel like a lot of slashers from that area feel like 90210. It feels like 90210, but Mary Lou is there, so they're at least trying. So
well, yeah, we'll get there.
You should watch it. You should watch it.
I can't wait to watch it.
We're gonna watch it.
We've all sat through way worse than Prom Night 3. I can tell you that.
Oh, guaranteed.
Oh, I'm sure.
Guaranteed. Okay, well, that's Prom Night 1 and 2. And this is Slasher Party. I'm Shawn.
And I'm Missy.
I'm Jessica.
Betrayal, corruption, and dark family secrets push Lisa dead center into a burgeoning class war where rival millionaires plot to steal the town's future between reliance on big oil and the incoming age of legalized weed, electric cars, and social conscience. As she struggles for answers, the killings continue, and Lisa finds the world she knew is little more than a lie to placate the masses and keep a satanic 1% in power. From the demented mind of Shawn C. Baker, author of Murder Virus, A Collection of Desires, and Volume 4, comes Black Gloves and Broken Hearts, Teenage Giallo Mystery.